Hello, East Florida Explorer here, and today I'm at the Bronson-Mulholland house in Palatka, Florida, right out in the big open front field. Lots of history here. Lots of history from Civil War days, or even before, when this man right here built the house. And right here in these little gates is a tomb to the Honorable Issac H. Bronson, Judge of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Florida. He was born in New York in 1802 and died at Palatka in 1855. In this life, for the fullness which he had of many high qualities, none was more respected, and in his death many men have lost a friend, society, and upright citizen in the church, an humble and loving son. Crazy words, huh? Yeah, cool gate here. It's definitely older looking, little tiny. Just one grave. And his house sits way back there, a mansion in this old area of Florida. I'm gonna walk over here now, down towards, closer to the river, which the river's right over there, past that street. Little information sign. I'm gonna read it, see what it says. Cool old town here. Love how a lot of the streets are paved in brick. But yeah, the Bronson-Mulholland house. And it says continued from the other side, so it's a long story on this one. But I guess since I walked all the way down here, if we can get a good view, you see the house, and that's the house back there, the grand entrance to it. And the sign, the Bronson-Mulholland house was constructed for Issac H. Bronson around 1853. A lawyer and United States congressman from New York, Bronson served as a member of the Committee on Territories in the late 1830s. He proposed the act for Florida statehood. After Florida attained statehood in 1845, Bronson was appointed to the U.S. District Court for Florida by President James Polk. He lived in St. Augustine with his wife, Sophorina, and 2 daughters. Though a settlement in a land transaction, he acquired 10 acres of land along the St. Johns River in Palatka and began construction of his estate, calling it Sunny Point. This Greek revival style mansion was surrounded by groves of orange trees. Wow. And Judge Bronson, he died back in 1855, it says, and was buried on the property as was customary at that time. And his widow lived in the house until 1861, when the outbreak of the Civil War prompted her to return back to New York. And that's what I read too, is they abandoned the home because of the Civil War, and the Southern Army Confederates used the home. Oh, right here on the back side it does say, during the Civil War, Union and Confederate troops separately occupied the house. Wow. And then a friend of Sophorina Bronson, the wife, Charlotte Henry, established a school for freed slave children in the house from 1866 to 1868. Wow. Henry then purchased the property and married Nathaniel P. White in 1873. Wow, so much information and so much history on just this one property in this one house here in Palatka. Very cool. Love the old oaks too. This place has some really neat trees. Big oaks. I think those are like big camphor trees. I think that's what they're called. Lots of cool palms, old ones. Just walking up on the house a little closer. Get a little better view of the mansion. And right over there, there's a smaller house. Looks like an old colonial style home. And it says Putnam Historic Museum on that sign. That's pretty neat. Walk over here. There's one more spot. I've seen these trees many times, but there are some cool looking trees, and I think they're called camphor trees. I could be wrong. They're great shade trees, I do know that. But yeah, there's one right there. Super old looking the way they grow, but that's old. But this is the one that really catches my eye. Look at this thing. And it's a huge shade tree, but it's the bottom. I guess it's a couple trees, but it's the bottom that looks really neat. Look at that. It's like you can go inside, hang out. Look at that. We're inside the middle of this. Imagine if you were a kid. That right there is perfect tree house tree. The way it grown in a circle. So cool. Well, just want to show that tree. Little information, little something something. Right here in Palatka, in this area, there's so many plaques too that say history or what happened in the area. So I guess before I say goodbye, I just saw a little plaque right here across the street, right in front of this really old house right here. But this plaque, like I said, they're all around town telling you stuff. It says Palatka Historic Neighborhood and notable locations. Pretty neat. And it shows you the houses, like this one on 504 North 2nd Street, built in 1915. That one. Like I said, there's a lot of nice houses in this town. Old houses. Really cool places all around me. Well, now I'll say my goodbyes. Thanks for joining me here at the Bronson-Mulholland house. I would get a little closer, but it looks like they're doing a little construction work on it, so looks like it's closed today. But I'll see you guys next time.